I remember growing up, the number one rule when using the internet was to never give out your personal information to anyone online. Well, flash forward to the 2020s, and that's been thrown out the goddamn window. Obviously, this has been a slow development for many years now. But I'd say it's finally reached its crescendo, where privacy is now a thing of the past. Discord has just announced they will age restrict all accounts by default unless you verify your age via face scan or ID. Discord has come a long way since the days of Wumpus and Springle calling the shots. It's been a staple in society for many years now, probably the most reliable tool when it comes to communication in the creation space, and now they've just goat-seed its users with this. That's really the basis of this update, but trust me, there's a lot more terrible things to go over. Discord is also the least trusted place to be giving your data to. It was only a couple months ago they had a huge data breach where hackers acquired over 70,000 government IDs. Like, as a service, it's good, but security-wise, not so much. Trusting Discord with your biometric data and ID is like asking a gossip girl to keep a secret. They can't do it for shit. And I'm so tired of this fucking narrative every company keeps using by saying it's intended to create a safer experience for children online. No, it isn't. The whole purpose is to collect as much data as possible from its users so that they can sell it, because data is a currency more valuable than crypto at this point. And with the rise of AI, I have no doubt that's who they intend to market towards. I also want to point out in this tweet how they intend to start a council for teens in the US and are asking people ages 13 to 17 to apply to help guide Discord to make it a safer place for children. First off, children should not be using Discord at all. That is another complaint I've ranted about, and how parents don't want to be parents anymore in the current climate. They just expect the internet to raise their children for them, which is why there is a demand that the internet should be catered towards them. That is so dystopian, and I don't even understand how a kid is supposed to submit a resume in the first place. What? Is a 13-year-old expected to have 10 years of work experience before applying? Were they a fucking child actor over at Disney? How the fuck do you create a board of children on Discord? That sounds like some shit Dave Bazooki would ideate on over at Roblox. Now, going more in depth on the announcement, users are only prompted to verify their age group when they attempt to access certain age-restricted content, settings, or features. After completing age assurance, users won't be asked to verify again for future age-restricted actions. A user may be prompted to verify their age group if they attempt to unblur media flagged to show sensitive content, turn off message requests, access age-restricted channels and servers, speak in a staged channel, or toggle on age-restricted command settings. Then, at the very bottom in bold, they note, this does not mean everyone will need to confirm their age just to use Discord. I mean, not right now, but I'm sure that's subject to change, because it's not like companies have never changed their rules or oath they abide by. Obviously, nobody wants to be giving their personal information to strangers online, especially not Discord. Now, if you attempt to alter the default safety settings they implement, you will most likely be prompted to give them some personal information in order to verify your age. They call it Teen by Default, because the settings are designed to take teens into consideration with flexibility for adults to customize their experience. I already told you how I feel about that, and how it's to accommodate kids who are online because parents don't want to be parents anymore, and unless a user is confirmed to be an adult, these settings can't be changed. All of this is designed to collect as much precious data as possible, and I don't think there's any wiggle room. I'm pretty sure even if you've been using Discord since the very beginning, f***ing 10 years by this point, you will still be required to verify your age because they want to get their grubby little hands on your data. And Then they talk about some of the default settings. These include content filters, age-gated spaces, message request inbox, friend request alerts, and staged restrictions. So basically, their new motto is, everyone is a child unless proven otherwise. Yeah, it's not like there aren't children or teens that haven't found ways of bypassing that. And it's not like there aren't adults who face skepticism about their age. In fact, if you couldn't see my face, you'd probably think I was a child based on my voice alone. And even with this face, statistically, my ID gets double-checked more often than not every time I want to order a drink. But again, I don't think the internet should be constantly catering towards kids using it. That is completely different from what it was like when I was growing up, where the internet was mostly for adults with like certain pockets being available for kids. And I'm not that old, but now the internet is widely used by children because their parents aren't monitoring their activities online, which forces the internet to compensate for that. It's a worse product. And they're not really making these changes to protect kids, but they're using that narrative to justify them wanting to harvest your data. This shouldn't be normalized. You should never feel comfortable with mass surveillance and no privacy as these companies continue to ask you for your private information. Another thing they announced was age inference, which could help determine with high confidence whether or not a user on Discord is an adult. Based on my understanding of this, it will function similarly to YouTube by monitoring your activity on the site and finding patterns to make an estimation on your age based on what you engage with. Basically, if you're more active on adult-regulated servers like your college campus or f***ing company channel, Discord would determine you as an adult based on that activity. I don't know if it's eternal or if they're going to rely on AI to monitor this, but it's not a solution regardless. There is a wide variety of activities that can be misconstrued. A great example is Pokemon. There are thousands of channels dedicated to Pokemon Go on Discord and providing a better experience for players in their area. So people who frequent these channels could be determined as a minor and have to fork over their precious data to prove otherwise. Even though something like Pokemon doesn't really have an age limit, and even if it did, it certainly wouldn't be for kids by this point. Again, I'm not entirely sure what this is or how it works. I'm just saying it's flawed. And they try to soften the blow by stating, we also offer other assurance methods through our collaboration with trusted privacy-forward partners such as facial age estimations and ID scans, all designed to minimize data use and maximize user control. We will continue exploring and validating additional age assurance approaches with the goal of expanding options and giving users choices that can work best for them. Yeah, so there's no way you can sugarcoat this to make it better in any way that actually takes privacy into consideration. That is a self-contradicting statement if I've ever heard one. After completing a chosen method, users will receive confirmation via a direct message from our official Discord account. A user's assigned age group can be viewed at any time in My Account settings. Users can also go to My Account settings to appeal by retrying the process. We currently only prompt users to age assure when they are in the Discord app and trying to access age-restricted content or update specific safety settings. We do not send emails or text messages about our age assurance process or results. They then talk about some of their key privacy protections, which include on-device processing, quick deletion, straightforward verification, and privacy status. We're intentional about selecting and working with age assurance partners with strong privacy practices and limit data collection to what's strictly necessary for age assurance. Well, there you have it. Those are the changes coming to Discord next month. Contrary to what the title of the video might say, I'd be shocked if this has any real impact on their numbers. I think in the current climate of things, they fundamentally have a de facto monopoly on instant messaging. There's not really any major competition that I can think of. People just choose Discord by default when it comes to voice chat, which is probably why they were able to announce this so earnestly. I'd love to be proven wrong though, and maybe I will. Maybe this will backfire horribly for Discord. But I just can't see that happening as of right now, because there's not really an alternative that provides a better service. I just don't want people to be deceived by Discord's announcement about how this is something positive. It's not. They're just trying to have a foot in this race that every company on the planet has pivoted towards, where they try to collect as much data as possible because it's an asset to them. And if they can just make the consumers feel more comfortable handing it over to them without any kind of hesitation, then it makes it easier for the company to harvest and resell it. This is not a good change, and I just wanted to yap about it. That's really about it. So